Welcome to the Southwest Suncoast region of Florida and the residential recreation community of Rotunda, where we've gathered once again for Superstars competition. Hello, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, your host for the Superstars, and today you're going to see 14 great athletes from 7 different sports competing for 4 spots in the men's finals. This is the second round of qualifying for the men, and these 14 athletes have a variety of events to choose from, a total 10 events listed on our competitive schedule. Each athlete is allowed to choose 7 of these events, and of course he's not allowed to take part in his specialty. We're certainly not going to let Jim Wynn get into baseball hitting, for example. Now, the placing is determined by the number of points that an athlete accumulates in the progress of this competition. First place is worth 10 points, 7, 4, 2, and 1, and so on. But each point is worth $100. In other words, if a man scores 10 points, he's worth $1,000 in a final event. Bonus monies are applied in the first 3 positions. First place gets bonus money of $10,000. Second place is $5,000. And third place is $2,500. Oh, that sounds good, maybe. But go to the finals. In the finals, each point is worth $300, and the bonus monies are $25,000, $15,000, and $10,000. Now, I agree with you that $5,000 or $10,000 might be just walking around money in this high salary era for some of these superstar athletes, but for others, it means quite a bit. But there is more to it than just money, and the man who can expound on the gentleman who's working with us today, O.J. Simpson. Just was here last year, and I suggested, O.J., there's more to this once you guys get together than just dollars and cents.
Yes, there is. You know, you come down here, you're having a good time, but you got to realize these athletes are the best in their fields, and they're accustomed to winning. I can recall myself last year playing tennis against Kyle Rote Jr., and I thought I was a pretty good tennis player, and I was leading, and he came back and beat me. And I took pictures with him and everything, but it was a lonely walk back to my room. Got there high. Don't like it. You know, also you see guys like Franco Harris, Jerry Quarry, guys you see all the time. And next thing you know, you got to come against them. I know in 2 weeks I got to run against Franco, right. Lawrence McCutcheon, and we're teasing each other at the Pro Bowl about who is the fastest, and we'll find out. I'm sure a lot of these guys are wondering who's the best swimmer and who's the best everything, so we'll find out soon.
We're going to crank them up and get them rolling in the qualifying heats for the bicycle racing in just a moment. 14 athletes have chosen bicycle racing as one of their events. Thus, we'll have qualifying heats. The first qualification heat has been run. Carl Yastrzemski of the Boston Red Sox won it. Rollie Fingers of the Oakland A's was second at 1 minute 20.55 seconds. And we're now ready to go with heat number 2. And running in lane number 1 in heat number 2 with the San Francisco Giants, professional skier Nindl, who is the defending champion in the Superstars competition. 3 men in this second qualifying heat. And they move smoothly away from the start line. Secret here is don't get too eager too soon. Get your bike rolling, get it off smoothly. And Hugo Nindl goes immediately into the lead. Kyle Rote Jr. dropping into second place. And Murcer is running third. This is a running track not designed for bicycle racing. The turns are not particularly banked, though you've got to be kind of careful going around. As they go up the back straight, they run into the wind. And now Kyle Rote Jr. slips into sort of a drafting position on Hugo Nindl, the skier. It'll be 2 laps or a half mile in distance for the qualifying run. The final will be 4 times around or 1 mile. First place from each one of the heats will qualify for the final, and the fastest 2 second place finishers, or a total of 5 men, will go into the final. So it is Nindl and Kyle Rote, and they're very close there, almost bumping in the turn as Hugo Nindl pulls up inside now, and Kyle Rote trying to beat the skier. A year ago, Kyle Rote ran into a speed skater from Holland named Ard Schenk and had him in this position. Schenk blew him off the track and went on to win it. And here is the skier threatening to beat him again because here's Nindl on the inside. That gives him a little bit of an edge in the distance. And now coming around the final turn, it looks like Nindl will beat off Kyle Rote and win this qualifying heat. The time for Kyle Rote Jr. will be very important here. The time to beat for Rote in second place, 1:20.55. For Hugo Nindl, 1:16.45 to win it. Kyle Rote Jr. at 1:16.55. So that's the fastest second place finish we have had so far. And you see Nindl rubbing his thigh. That's where it really grabs you. And watch here, they almost had a moment of trouble as Nindl lost contact, foot and pedal, but held on and went on to win it. Here's O.J. on the track.
Kyle, you know, coming off that 4th turn on the first lap, it looked like you were ready to make a move, and you and Hugo almost collided. What happened?
Well, Jay, I was so happy that Ard Schenk was not in my semifinal. I didn't realize how good Hugo was, and I thought I had enough in me to go ahead and pass him. But unfortunately, you know, as we did last year with Anderson and Jim McMillan, we went a little bit too wide on that curve, and it knocked both of us off of our pace.
Now we move to heat number 3 in the qualifying for the bicycle race, and among our athletes in heat number 3, Super Joe Einhorn, who is a motorcycle daredevil and other things. I don't hardly recognize you without some kind of a cast on.
Good point. I've broken just about every bone except for my spirit.
I remember one late Sunday afternoon, October 1971, San Jose, California, the first time I saw Joe Einhorn. He hurdled his motorcycle 144 feet, and from that point on, when he claimed a world distance record for flying a motorcycle, he's become known as Super Joe. But he has paid his price with moments like this in Chicago. A man has to have a strong spirit and a remarkable body to endure moments like this. Your body still heals fast then, huh?
Yes, I do heal real fast, and I'm real happy just to be able to compete in this bicycle race. But I hope you realize you can't go around abusing your body like I have and expect it to respond the way God intended it to.
Well, why in the world have you done it?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think it's insanity, to tell you the truth, Keith. And it's just insanity.
I shall not debate that, Joe. All right, let's go to heat number 3. Set the lanes for you. Quarry, the heavyweight boxer, will be in lane number 1. And Joe Einhorn will be in lane number 2. A couple of baseball players in this one. Hargrove of the Texas Rangers in lane 3, and Steve Garvey of the Los Angeles Dodgers in lane number 4. Yastrzemski, Hugo, Nindl, and Kyle Rote Jr. have already qualified. And we get heat number 3 underway. First place here at heat number 3 will qualify for the final. Rollie, the second place finisher in heat number 1 with a time of 1 minute 20.55 seconds, is the man on the bubble. If the second place finisher in this heat number 3 runs faster than 1:25.5, then Rollie will be eliminated, and this second place man will go into the final. So let's see what happens 2 times around. And it's Steve Garvey going into the lead. Now Joe Einhorn slips inside. He almost cut off Quarry as he went right to the edge of the track, made a bid for the lead, and he got it. Oh, coming around at the end of lap number 1, it's Joe Einhorn in the lead. Can he maintain this kind of a pace? We'll see. That's pretty fast. Einhorn in front in the gold shirt. Quarry, he cut him off. Quarry had to back off. Jerry there in the red. Now Steve Garvey in the white, moving up along in the middle of the track, bidding for a lead. Mike Hargrove is going with him. They're all closing in on Einhorn, and looks like Joe's had it. As the legs start to tie up on the back straight, now it's a battle, and it's Hargrove coming from the outside, going into the lead. That big guy from the Texas Rangers has the lead. And he's heading for the last turn with Quarry running second, and Garvey drops off in third place now. The time to beat is 1:25.5 for second place. Here comes Hargrove. He's in the finals. Quarry is second. And the time for Quarry, 1:22.10. So Jerry does not qualify. It'll be Yastrzemski, Hugo, Nindl, Mike Hargrove, Kyle Rote Jr., and Rollie in the finals. And it looks like Quarry is really hot. He was really grumbling as he made the turn off the finish line and started back down here. Here's why he's mad right here. You see Joe Einhorn cut him off. And Jerry had to back off, and he lost his speed, lost his momentum. So let's go down on the track, see what we can find out about it, because Jerry's really storming around. O.J. Simpson is down there.
Joe. Come on,
Joe may be looking, Jerry may be looking for Joe Einhorn right here.
Come on. One time, you and me.
What we got going there?
You damn near killed me on that track.
Oh, motorcycle racer, Jerry.
Didn't you hear me yell at you?
Oh, I think I fouled the plug. My motor slowed down.
You almost fouled me over
I
there.
slapped the kid around.
Get out of here.
Standing room only crowd here at the swimming pool as we are near the time for the qualification heats in the swimming. I think the biggest crowd we've ever had here at Rotunda for the swimming. Of course, the people in this part of Florida catching on to the idea you can come to Rotunda and have yourself a good time when the superstars are in town. And participating here in the first qualifying heat, Quarry, heavyweight boxer. Jerry has won 52 of his 59 fights, but he has never been able to claim that heavyweight championship that he has pursued so long, and he so covets. Here we see him against Joe Alexander, stopping Alexander at Madison Square Garden, May 8, 1974. He's 6'1", 205 pounds. Very strong. He's tough, but the question, Jerry, has time passed you by in the chase for that heavyweight title that you so covet?
Well, Keith, I'm 29 years old. Muhammad Ali's 33, and he won the title when he was 33, so it gives me a lot of optimism as to the fact that I can still continue. I'm going to get a title shot this year. And if I don't get it, I think maybe I'll hang him up.
All right, now let's set the lanes for the first qualifying heat in the swimming.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Swimming in lane number 1, our Rodeo cowboy, bull riding champion, 25-year-old Marvin Shoulders, 5'10", 150 pounds. His pappy, Jim Shoulders, one of the great rodeo stars of past years. Swimming in next to lane number 3 will be Jimmy Wynn. They call him the toy cannon. He's 5'9", 175 pounds, and he can really rock at a baseball. In lane number 4 will be Rick White, 6'1", 175-pounder, the professional high diver. And Jerry Quarry at 6'1", 205 pounds will be over in the outside lane or lane number 5. 8 of our entries in the swimming. We'll have 2 qualifying heats, 4 swimmers in each heat. Secretary Treasurer of the Florida Association of the AAU starter. And Rick White, who spent a lot of time swimming in and out of tanks, and in and out of rivers and lakes and so forth, goes into the lead. And you know something? This may be the first time that we've ever had a black man win the swimming competition here at Rotunda, Florida. And White is moving along very well. Rick, a native son of Brooklyn, reaching for the finish line, and he wins it at the end of 50 meters. Rick White, Jimmy Wynn of the Los Angeles Dodgers coming along to take second place. Marvin Shoulders will finish in 3rd spot, and Jerry Quarry will finish last. The 3rd fastest qualifier will go into the finals, and Shoulders' time 41.67 seconds. The winner was Rick White, and he is really happy about it. Now let's go to poolside and join O.J. Simpson.
Okay, now who said we couldn't swim? You know, I wasn't too surprised about you, Rick, but Jimmy, I didn't know you were a swimmer.
Well, O.J., I'm not a Mark Spitz, nor am I a Joe Frazier, but I'm in between. I can swim pretty well.
Ricky, you was telling me earlier that you don't do much swimming. You're just in the pool for 1 or 2 strokes, but you didn't do too bad then.
Yeah, well, I guess it's all the years in diving and doing those 1 and 2 strokes that help make up.
What was that comment you made when the race was over?
Well, this should make up for Frazier.
Hard to forget Joe Frazier in the very first Superstars competition. Joe went right into that pool, but he almost didn't come out. Remember that one? And little folks there are not bothered by all the noise. And we're now ready to go into heat number 2. We'll have 4 athletes in the second heat of the qualifying. A total of 5 will go into the finals, 1st and 2nd, plus the fastest 3rd. And swimming in lane number 2 will be Kyle Rote Jr., 6-footer, 185-pounder out of professional soccer, defending Superstar champion, as we've noted. Over in lane number 3, 5'11", 185-pounder, Bobby Murcer, Oklahoma City. And Carl Yastrzemski, Boston Red Sox, 5'11", 188, lane 4. And another man out of baseball, Mike Hargrove, 6'1", 195-pounder. And to watch here is Kyle Rote Jr., because he is the record holder in the swimming, and we've got a good start. 1st and 2nd will qualify. Man on the bubble in 3rd place in our first qualifying heat, Marvin Shoulders, with a time of 41.67. Now, you notice how smooth Rote is. Watch him. He'll flip turn it and come right on back. And he's the only man using the flip turn, and that put him in the victory circle a year ago. So Kyle Rote Jr. smoothly stroking along. The fight for 2nd place now. Quite a battle between Mike Hargrove and Bobby Murcer as Kyle Rote touches to win. He's in the finals. Here comes that fight for 2nd place, and it's Hargrove touching out Bobby Murcer. But Carl Yastrzemski 4th, and Mercer's 36.30 puts him in the finals. Tennis and the 100-yard heats in a moment. And right there is a man who figures to be in contention, probably Jimmy Wynn there, Lou Brock and Paul Blair. May be the fastest, but we'll find out as heat number 1 set to go here with Rollie Fingers on the right, him in lane 2, Jimmy Wynn lane 3, Joe Einhorn 4, and Rick White in lane 5. And we've got a good start with Jimmy Wynn getting out of the blocks in a hurry, but look at that Bobby Murcer hang on to it. Here comes Rick White. Rick White closest to the camera. He's coming hard. He's going to get 2nd place, and Jimmy Wynn wins at 11.06. Rick White goes down hard as he strained for the tape. Rick White with a great finish, really took a tumble. He's in at 11.26, but he's going to be all right. So he shakes it off, and here's how it happened. You see Rick really leaning hard at the tape and went down in a heap. But Jimmy Wynn of the Los Angeles Dodgers wins it, 11.06. That's a long 100 yards, isn't it?
Well, I was just asking the people if for sure is that a 100-yard dash. I thought it was an 880 straight away.
All right, here's O.J. with the two speedsters waiting to come, Paul Blair and Lou Brock.
Well, my prediction is Lou will get out to a lead for about 30 yards. That's about the distance from base to base, and Paul Blair will catch him. Any comments?
I certainly hope it turns out that way, but Lou is going to be tough to catch.
Lou?
I don't know. Perhaps I never ran a 100-yard dash before, so therefore I might get to the end and slide, O.J. I don't know. Generally, there's a base at the end of every sprint I have.
Lou, I'm going to side with the writers and say Blair will smoke Brock.
You're going to get into predicting business, huh? Well, Joe Einhorn is restoring himself in the shade of the old palm tree. And I'll tell you, Juice, I'm going to go with Lou Brock, because a man who's gone from second to third that many times so successful has got to be tough. Hugo Nindl's going to be running in lane number 1, and Paul Blair, who's just about turning 31 years of age, will be in lane number 2. Lou Brock is the elder of this group. He's 35 years of age, going to clamp something in his mouth to keep from breathing too hard. Going to try it anyway. And out in lane number 4 will be 25-year-old Marvin Shoulder, Rodeo cowboy. So they're now being settled into their blocks. Nobody's allowed to use spikes. The time to beat for the third fastest qualifier to get into the finals, 5 men, Bobby Murcer's 11.43.
Set!
Brock stumbles, coming off the blocks. Blair's got the early lead, but here comes Brock. They're halfway through it. Lou Brock is pulling away, and Lou Brock nips Paul Blair at the tape shoulder, takes third, and Hugo Nindl finishes 4th. The time for Lou Brock, 10.69 seconds. Paul Blair, 10.89. And let's have another look at it and watch on the second step right there. Lou Brock stumbled, but righted himself and came on to win the 100-yard dash. It'll be White, Wynn, Brock, Blair, and Murcer in that order. And speaking of predictions, Mr. Simpson, you and your experts better huddle again. What about that call you made?
Well, Keith, nobody's perfect.
Busch Stadium, September 10, 1974. St. Louis Cardinals against the Philadelphia Phillies. Brock breaks for second base. The throw goes into center field. 4 bases. Tying Maury Wills' all-time Major League base-stealing record. And now Lou Brock on the verge on that September 10th of stepping into baseball history books. Breaks from first base, headed for second base. The quick slide, safe, 105 stolen bases. And Lou Brock, with a batting average of .306, went on to steal 118 bases. Absolutely remarkable. I asked Lou if the breaking the record relieved some of...
Well, actually, Keith, one of the things that I think is the fact that I was not running for the record. Our ball club has employed the stolen base as a component of his offensive force, and they use it all year. And once you in a groove and you get the mileage out of it, then it becomes very apparently that if you have any amount of success, you're going to surpass the record. So it was not one of those things you reach the record and suddenly in the world you get a relief from it, because you have to keep going, because we were only a game out even with the board at that time, and you had to continue to run. So it was not over with at that point.
We're about set for the rowing finals, and the extra spectator has now joined the group here along the Rotunda River. Jerry Quarry finished in 5th spot in the rowing. Carl Yastrzemski was 4th. Mike Hargrove 3rd. When Jerry had finished his row, he caught his breath and spent just a moment with O.J. Simpson at the finish line to reveal another of his many talents.
I'm the greatest. I'm the prettiest. You can't whoop me. I'm the best. I'm the real heavyweight champ of the world. My name is Muhammad Quarry.
Not exactly Frank Gorshin, but not bad. All right, we go down to the finals. The row-off between Hugo Nindl and this man, Rollie Fingers. Great relief pitcher for the Oakland A's, native of Steubenville, Ohio. Hugo Nindl, the champion on the World Professional Ski Circuit a year ago with more than $93,000 in winnings. These were the 2 fastest qualifiers, so they're now rowing for 10 points and 7 points. And here they go. There's nothing really terribly difficult about this if you know how to handle a rowboat. The idea is just keep it straight and smooth and go as fast as you can from start to finish, a distance of 135 yards. Rollie Fingers was the fastest of all the qualifiers. Nindl was just about 1 tick of the clock behind him, and Hugo has jumped out into the lead. And the professional skier and hotel owner from Wall Street right now, but having the same kind of trouble right here that he had in the qualifying. A couple of times he got white water. He almost missed the water, and that caused his boat to veer some and get a little bit out of shape. And he's done the very same thing here as Rollie Fingers pulls up alongside and begins to take the lead. And Nindl loses an oar for a moment as he hits the 50-yard marker. He's tangled up in the rope, and it's beginning to cost him as Fingers is pulling away some into about almost a half-boat lead. So Rollie Fingers with a long, easy stroke, keeping his boat moving in a relatively straight line. And Nindl coming back, fighting furiously, trying to get back at Fingers as they near the finish line, but he will not do it. Rollie Fingers wins it, 10 points and $1,000. Hugo Nindl will take second place and 7 points. And Rollie looks spooked, doesn't he? That's got to be one of the toughest of all of the events the athletes take part in.
Oh, I want to tell you.
Rollie Fingers wins it, and Hugo Nindl was second place, his second. He totals 14 points to lead the overall standings. Kyle Rote Jr. with 10 points, Rollie Fingers 10 points, Carl Yastrzemski and Mike Hargrove. We're just moments away from the finals in the swimming, where 10 points and $1,000 for the winner is on the line, and a big crowd is gathered right around the swimming pool. It's still standing room only to watch the action here, and the man swimming in the middle of the pool will be the fastest of the qualifiers, Kyle Rote Jr. A year ago in this very pool, Kyle Rote Jr. used this event as a major stepping stone toward the eventual championship of the Superstars competition, which wound up with him winning a total of $53,400. He won the event, edging out Bob Segrin by just an arm's length to get the valuable 10 points that goes with victory in this event. And Kyle Rote Jr., we're all interested in what the impact of winning the Superstars has been on your life.
Well, Keith, it's been tremendous. I think just the opportunities to travel and to meet people, it's enriched our life much more than the monetary change that's happened in the last year. And while that's been very exciting, I think to go around the country and just make so many new friends, that's been the greatest experience of it all.
All right, Kyle. Now then, we're ready to set the lanes and call our athlete. Lane number 2, there'll be 5 of them, from Oklahoma City. The San Francisco Giants, hometown Yankee Bobby Murcer came to town wearing a big cowboy hat and snakeskin boots. Michael Dudley Hargrove of Arlington, Texas, hit .323 for the Texas Rangers this past season. And Kyle Rote will be in the center. Now, Kyle Rote was just 1/100th of a second quicker in qualifying than this man, professional high diver, Rick White, who's traveled the world jumping off high places into small bodies of water. And in lane number 6, the far lane, will be Jimmy Wynn of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Got a good start. And Rote are in the middle of the pool, and they immediately go into the fight for the lead. Very important to pace yourself. It is 4 laps, 25 meters down, 25 back, 1 more trip, a total of 100 meters, and both White and Rote used a flip turn. Rick White has the lead, native son of Brooklyn. He looked very strong in the qualifying, and he looks strong right now. White leads at the end of 50 meters. That time he took an open turn. Kyle Rote Jr. stayed with a flip turn. It is Hargrove and Murcer and Wynn in that order, but the crowd is right now whooping and hollering over the duel between Rick White and Kyle Rote Jr. And Rick White, tangling briefly with the rope, may have lost a little. This time White goes to a flip turn, and here they come, and Rote picked up a little distance on him. He's now shoulder to shoulder. Jimmy Wynn's about to sink, but he's hanging on, and now Rote begins to move up alongside and takes the lead away from Rick White, heading for the finish line. It is Rote. It is Rote, and at the touch it is Kyle Rote Jr. with Rick White just a fraction back of him. So Kyle Rote Jr. wins it for 10 points. Rick White finishes second for 7 points. And Mike Hargrove, I do believe, is going to finish third. Don't think he'll sink. He made it. And somewhere back yonder is Bobby Murcer. Here it comes. And Jimmy Wynn is going to come on to finish in the number 5 spot. Mike Hargrove, trying to get out of the water, can't do it. That 100 meters can burn you up, and here comes Jimmy Wynn. He made it. O.J., you better take an oxygen bottle down there if you're going to talk to Jimmy.
Jimmy, how you feel, man?
I should guess I'm a Joe Frazier. And 4 laps for the birds. I tell you, just give me a baseball bat, O.J.
Now here's the winner, Kyle Rote Jr.
Kyle, it amazes me the condition you're in. You're 10 for 10 now. You won 2 events. How do you prepare, and what's the toughest event for you to prepare for?
You mean I sound like I'm in shape? I don't know, O.J. I think tacos and Dr. Pepper and lasagna, those are my secrets. But this is the way Rick was swimming. You know, he was in front of me most of the race. And that whole last 25 yards, it's just pain. And my legs, I can't get out right now. They're so tired, but this is always the worst for me. And second probably is a half mile.
After 3 events, the overall standings. Rote has the lead with 20. Hugo Nindl, 14. Rollie Fingers and Mike Hargrove, 10. And Rick White, 7 points. And we'll have weightlifting next. 8 of our athletes are in the weightlifting, and we've grown past this point, O.J., of just grunting and groaning. They're tough now. Started 100 pounds and just keep on going till they miss, but the missing region has been 200 plus lately.
Yes, it has. You know, I think since the first competition, when Frazier had that problem, the guys went out to try to learn about weightlifting, and, you know, the key is more speed and balance than it is strength. That's why I would look at Quarry because he was here last year, and I'll also take a good look at Kyle Rote Jr. because I know he doesn't enter into anything unless he's prepared.
All right, we're 210 pounds now with 6 competitors turned. Man who's been studying the ministry.
Keep yourself safe, man. Drive and lock it out. Hit it. Hold it. Hold it.
Can't straighten it up, and they call it no lift. Close, but he just could not take it up to the point where his elbows were locked, and the referee says no lift, and so Kyle is out of it at 210. Crowd hooting a little. Well, the crowd was on your side.
Well, the weights weren't. I don't know, Keith. That's a lot of weight, and I'm amazed that this gentleman right here, Lou Brock, is doing what he's doing. He weighs less than I do, and he's putting it up there.
What was your peak prior to this?
Well, I started weightlifting 43 hours ago, and that was 185. And so I can't be real disappointed because these guys are really doing well.
Yeah, you got some points.
Fortunately.
Keep going. All right, now Steve Garvey up there to tackle 210.
Lock it out. Hard lock it. Hold it.
Whoa! Well, he's walking around with it, but let's get it into a lock position and gets credit for the lift at 210 and stays in, though I would say Steve's knees are wobbling just a little as he goes looking for his chair. All right, let's see what the other first baseman, Mike Hargrove, can do here at 210. Oh, he snapped it right out. Wobbled some at the top, but he held on all right. So Mike Hargrove stays in the running for first place and $1,000 that goes with it. Now here's Lou Brock. Remember, there's bonus monies for first through third. First place is worth $10,000 bonus money in the overall standings. Now, Lou never had a chance. Never really got it moving up at all. So Lou Brock is gone to...
Well, not supposed to. In fact, that is a different height thing altogether.
What was the highest weight you ever lifted in your life for?
That's the first time I lift weight.
What do you weigh?
165.
To go to 210, that's incredible.
Oh,
Good luck. Tough guy. Way to go. Now it's Rick White's turn at 210. What 210's proving tough, fellas. Only Garvey and Hargrove have cleared it. And Rick White. Almost stiff-legged. Rick got no use out of his legs at all. And 210 pounds is a lot just to take up with your arm. Rollie Fingers and his wife Jill among the spectators here. Now Jerry Quarry. Jerry has a fight coming up February 18 against Iron Johnson in Honolulu. He's going back to the ring. 210, Jerry. No. You can see it right away. Again, no drive from the legs. Didn't use the legs. And Jerry Quarry is gone. So we got 4 people tied for third as we go to 220 pounds. That's Brock, Quarry, Rote, and White. They'll split 7 points between them for 1 3/4 points each. Now, here is Steve Garvey going to 220 pounds. I'll tell you this, if he clears it, I bet he won't get much noise out around that Dodger dugout this spring. Oh, he took it right up and locked it. 220 pounds for Steve Garvey. And he's put it right up to Mike Hargrove now. These 2 baseball players going right down to the limit. 220. Yeah, we have no Vasily Alexiev here, but 220 is impressive. Oh, no. Look out. He almost walked into the crowd with it. So Hargrove is going, and Garvey wins the weightlifting.
First baseman, I thought you had it. Well, I tell you what, if I hadn't remembered this belt, I'd have been doubled over backwards. Yeah, no, I got it up, you know, and then I lost it back behind me. I don't know. So it's about 100 more pounds than I thought I could lift.
There, Mike is 7 big points and 700 bucks with it. Now here's O.J. with the Garvey.
I'm here with Steve and his wife, Cindy. Were you a little surprised at the weight he left?
Yes, O.J., he's been sick with the flu for the past week or so, and he's been really weak. And I'm really amazed at this.
He must have didn't have any problem lifting you over the threshold, did he?
He didn't do that. You reminded me.
Steve, have you done any weight work before?
O.J., the only time was with Duffy Daugherty at Michigan State when I was preparing for you back in '67. I haven't done any since then, just a little bit in preparation for this, but I'm very happy and upholding baseball's strength here and there.
All right, after 4 events, here are your overall standings. You see Kyle Rote leading, and remember, only the top 4 will go into the final. We'll have 4 in a moment.
Yeah, what are you running next?
Who's going to win this race?
The white boy. I'm coming out just like that.
We're going to make up for that good here, though.
We're just about ready to have a look at what happens in this shootout in the 100-yard dash. But before we get them off the blocks, let's go back and have a look at what happened in bowling. The bowling was won by Paul Blair. The Baltimore Orioles started out with 5 straight strikes and went on to win it with a 212, followed by Lou Brock, Steve Garvey, Kyle Rote, and Bobby Murcer. And after 5 events, Kyle Rote continues to lead with a 6 3/4 point edge over Mike Hargrove. While we're still waiting for the 100, let's spend a moment with Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy Wynn, moved from Houston to Los Angeles, looked like you just about found that rainbow.
I did, Keith. It made me perform a little bit better in '74. I was a complete ball player, something I've never been in Houston. And being the type of athlete that I am, it really made me feel better.
They call Jimmy Wynn the toy cannon, a fierce competitor. He'll fight you, he'll scrap you, and he'll storm and snort when he is defeated, just as he did in the World Series against the Oakland A's. In 1974, he hit 32 home runs. That's the most for a Dodger since Duke Snider hit more back in the old days at Ebbets Field. And Jimmy Wynn also knocked in 108 runs. But when he laces one and drills it, it gets out, and it's gone, like that one hit off Rollie Fingers in the World Series last October. For the 10,000th time, where is it you get the power?
Well, I drink a lot of beer before every ball game. No, really, I work at it. I train at it. Thanks to my father, who made me what I am today, a slugger. And he just gave me a little bit more confidence, a little bit more ability, and I can see now that it paid off.
There's Jerry Quarry getting a little extra workout down the track with Ernie Green, former Cleveland Brown. Bobby Murcer had a sparring bout with Jerry Quarry a few minutes ago. Now it's time to set him up for the 100. Rick White is going to be running in lane number 1, and Jimmy Wynn will be running in lane number 2. We've got 5 in this one. Lou Brock, who would rate the favorite's role in this race, is in lane number 3. He was the swiftest of the qualifiers. Next to him will be Paul Blair, who figures to be his primary opposition. And Bobby Murcer will be outside in lane number 5. And Bobby making his presence known, as he said at the outset, the white boy is going to win this one. Well, I'll tell you this, he got his work cut out for him if he can do it. Lou Brock is a picture, though. He really is something to watch when he gets it going. Of course, pitchers don't care much for it. Here we go now, in the blocks. Oh, did you see the jump Bobby Murcer got? He looked like he'd been taking arm and Harry lessons, and here comes Blair and Brock. As they head for the tape, it is Brock and Blair. It looked like Brock. You'll have to wait and see because it was so very close. It looked like Jimmy Wynn might have taken a third. Bobby Murcer had a tremendous start. Let's go back and have a look at it. Now watch Murcer coming out of there. Remember a West German sprinter named Hargrove back in the early 60s? Come rolling out of the blocks. It looks like Bobby Murcer had been reading or studying him, but right about here, Brock starts to assert himself, passing Jimmy Wynn. Then Paul Blair comes on. He also passes Jimmy Wynn. And at the tape, it was so close. Here's O.J.
Tell me, Lou, how do you feel? 35 years of it.
You see it, Jay, right here on the ground. All I need is some dirt to bury me.
Are you going to run the 880 now?
Are you kidding? I can't get enough strength to get up from here.
Age tells. We still don't know who won the race here. It looked pretty much like a dead heat.
Partners, let's have another look at it head on. As you see, Jimmy Wynn about that point was still leading. Then Brock began to pick it up. Then Blair came along with Brock. Both passed Wynn. And as they come to the tape, we can tell you it was Brock, Blair, Wynn, White, and Murcer in that order.
Well, you guys predicted it. The white guy was last. Where's Bobby?
28-year-old Bobby Murcer, one of the steadiest of them all with the Yankees, will carry his hitting and his all-around ability to the San Francisco Giants this season.
Well, you got out pretty good. I noticed in the trials you were getting good starts. They kept calling you for jumping. One time I thought you had a good start. Have you had work on track?
No, I really haven't. Figured the only chance I had was to either cheat or get right out of the gun.
Do you feel you have a lot in common with Jerry Quarry now?
Oh, Jerry's got nothing. We're both kind of punchy.
Good going.
We'll stretch him out in the half mile next. As you look at the overall standings, you can see that 6 men are very close in points, very much in the hunt for the bonus monies and qualification spots for the finals, and 3 of them are in the half mile. Also in the field for the half mile, Carl Yastrzemski, the great Yaz from the Boston Red Sox. Carl Michael Yastrzemski has done it all for the Boston Red Sox over 14 seasons, 6 times a Golden Glove winner, a batting champion, 3 times a Triple Crown winner. He can play almost any position. And I asked him earlier if Boston had been a tough town for him to play in.
I think overall the press has been fair with me. If I had it to do all over again, I'd make the same decision.
There have been rumors every 3rd year. Some great large rumor comes up about Carl Yastrzemski going somewhere else, and yet Carl Yastrzemski looks like he's going to close his career in Boston.
Well, of course, with the 10-year rule, there's no way that I'd okay a trade to any other city, no matter what they would pay me. I'm going to finish my career in Boston. I had a choice out of high school to sign with the Red Sox, which I did. If I wanted to sign with another team, I would have been, not now.
And that should put that rumor to rest forever. A conversation earlier with Yaz. All right, here we go with the half-mile run. 2 times around this quarter-mile track and setting the field. It's Rollie Fingers, Steve Garvey, Hugo Nindl, Jerry Quarry, Kyle Rote, Jim Wynn, and Carl Yastrzemski as Rote takes the early lead, with Garvey running behind him. Lou Brock has withdrawn from the half mile because his blood pressure went up a little bit after that 100-yard dash, and he thought perhaps he might wait for a bit before he competes again. And Paul Blair is having a little bit of trouble with the leg muscles. So those two pulled out. It's going to hurt him because Brock has 18 3/4 points, and Blair had 17 points. Now here is Jerry Quarry making a move on the back straight. Jerry's done a lot of road work in his time, and he goes out into an early lead in the half mile. And I tell you, later today on ABC's Wide World of Sports, you'll see the second race in the World Series of Auto Racing featuring the International Race of Champions from Riverside in Southern California, via satellite from Austria, the Men's World Cup Downhill Skiing Championships, and a demonstration from Madison Square Garden of the Oriental World of Self-Defense. ABC's Wide World of Sports immediately following the Superstar. All right, they're turning now to finish the first lap, first of two. And it is Jerry Quarry, Kyle Rote, Steve Garvey, Carl Yastrzemski, Jim Wynn, Hugo Nindl, and Rollie Fingers in that order. Bonus money still very much up for grabs. $10,000 for first place, $5,000 for second, $2,500 for third. Every point scored is worth $100, and 4 of our 14 athletes here today in this second qualifying round will reach the men's Superstars finals. And here comes Carl Yastrzemski moving up on the outside, goes and gets the lead going into the back straight. So Yastrzemski comes up with a big kick going into that back straight and jumps out to a very big lead, and Garvey now makes a move. And Garvey goes past Jerry Quarry, and he's taking a run at Kyle Rote. Garvey running in the white there is now third. And Garvey closing rapidly on Kyle Rote as Yastrzemski runs off to a very big lead. Carl went into the half-mile run with 6 points, a win here, and he's in the hunt. Now Rote beats off the Garvey challenge. Now they go around that last turn. Here comes Garvey again. Coming up on the outside, and Rote again beats him off with a kick. And now Rote turning it on, begins to pull away from Garvey, but he will not catch Carl Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski coming down. He's going to win it and take 10 points. Rote is second. Garvey will finish third. Hugo Nindl 4, and Jerry Quarry comes across the finish line backwards.
Carl, you got enough breath left? I think you kind of surprised him. I saw you when you came around that first lap. You looked strong. I thought maybe you might have made a move too quick.
That's the teachers at Northeastern.
Have you been doing some distance endurance training?
3 weeks.
Have you?
I had Irvin Cohen and Everett Baker, Northeastern, and 2 track coaches. And they just brought me along. First time I ran it 3 weeks ago, I did in 3:05, and they brought me down to this in 3 weeks.
Hey, that's great. Carl Yastrzemski at 2 minutes 28.25 to win 10 points. And now he joins 7 other athletes in the fight for those valuable 4 spots. All right, through 7 events. Here are the point totals. Kyle Rote leading with 30 3/4, and a win here in the bike finals would very likely lock that $10,000 first place bonus money for him. But as you can see, there is a real scrap going on for the rest of the bonus money and for the other 3 qualifying spots for the finals. I'm standing here with a man who is the MVP in the World Series, the great relief pitcher of the Oakland A's, Rollie Fingers. And when this big side-wheeling right-hander with the elegant mustache comes walking in from the bullpen, things happen for the Oakland A's. Shots find the right gloves. Miracle double plays turn in, and innings come to an end. 1972 against Cincinnati, 6 appearances. 73 against the Mets, 6 appearances. 1974, the most valuable player against the Dodgers. Rollie must be nervous, waiting for that call all the time.
No, I usually kind of watch the way the ball game's going, you know. After a while, you kind of know when you're going to come in the ball game. I kind of save myself a little bit, you know, because sometimes I get up 3 and 4 times a ball game, so I kind of save myself a little bit to the point where if I know I'm coming in, that's when I crank up a couple good ones and I'm ready.
It's really not true, then all you guys do is eat peanuts and play pinochle out there.
No, we read books.
All right, let's set the lanes now for the bike final. Hugo Nindl, the Austrian skier, 31 years of age, wearing blue. Kyle Rote, the professional soccer player, lane number 2 wearing red. Carl Yastrzemski, wearing blue, will be in lane number 3. Rollie Fingers with a red shirt will be in lane number 4. And Mike Hargrove in the gold shirt will be in lane number 5. You've got 3 baseball players, a professional soccer man, and a skier. 1 mile. That means 4 times around. And this is a time to be kind of careful right here when you've still got everybody jammed together. All right, let's see how they shake it out as Hugo Nindl, wearing the blue shirt, goes quickly into the lead, and Kyle Rote ducks right in behind him. This is lap number 1. 4 times around, a total of a mile around this quarter-mile track. And I'll say again, this is a running track. It is not designed for bicycle racing. There's very little banking in the turns. You got to be careful. You'll see, I think, a number of times the fellows will back off a little bit as they go through the turns. That's Yastrzemski running 3rd, Rollie fingers 4, and Mike Hargrove is running in last place. In the meantime, Kyle Rote running inside with Hugo Nindl, and it looks like Kyle wants the lead as they complete the first lap, and he's got it going into lap number 2. So Kyle Rote surprises me a little bit by taking the lead, because I suspected he might just kind of duck in behind somebody and draft along, because if he can win this, if he should win this with 30 3/4 points already in hand, that'd give him 40 3/4. That just about put him out of reach. In fact, it would. It would lock that $10,000 first prize, bonus money. He's already in the finals. The defending superstar champion, and here comes Hugo Nindl going for and getting the lead. So Hugo turns it on and goes into the lead as he turns into the 3rd lap. I might remind you that at 5 Eastern Time today, you'll see the final round coverage of the Bing Crosby National Pro-Am Golf Championship from Pebble Beach, California, over most of these ABC stations. Well, you can see 3rd, 4, and 5 are way back behind Nindl and Rote. That's Carl Yastrzemski. Up front, it is Nindl, the skier, and Rote, the soccer player. And they are heading into the bell lap. Now, with Rote having surrendered the lead, perhaps, in order to drop off the pace for just a moment, and going into that back straight, now there's a pretty good wind blowing over there right now, and if you can duck in behind somebody like this, you can run with a little less pressure, and here comes Rote. Rote making his move, coming up on the outside, and he goes into the lead. It looks like Kyle Rote's got plenty left as he takes the lead and runs off to a big margin over Hugo Nindl, coming around the final turn, heading for the finish line. It is Kyle Rote coming in to win it at 10 more points. Hugo Nindl is 2nd. Carl Yastrzemski coming around the turn should be 3rd, followed by Mike Hargrove and Rollie Fingers. So Kyle Rote, I guess, knew what he was doing. Yastrzemski comes coasting across. Now Kyle totals 40 3/4 points, and he's got $10,000 bonus money in his pocket. As you look at the overall standings, you can see there are still 8 athletes fighting for the other 3 spots in the finals, February 23rd, and $7,500 in bonus money. The obstacle course is coming next. Obstacle course is about ready to go. First, let's check the results of the baseball hitting. Kyle Rote won it. Another 10 points, another $1,000. He has 50 3/4 points now. He's going to leave here with more than $15,000. But in the baseball hitting, nobody had any more fun than Jerry Quarry. Jerry finished 3rd for 4 points. He holds the record for baseball hitting with 17 points at last year. And nobody gets their enjoys any more than Jerry when he jerks a big one like that. Knocked that one out at 300 feet. Kyle Rote had one of the more profitable bounces as this high fly ball to right hit right smack on top of the 300-foot fence and bounced on over. That helped him to win it. And Super Joe Einhorn looked at a couple of inside pitches from the machine and went back to get some basic hardware. Now let's get on to that final event. The obstacle course, it's next. And who'll ever forget rodeo cowboy star Larry Mahan when he, with this great effort, sat down on the seat of his britches in the water jump. We may have some laughs today, but I suspect not quite so many. Because as you can see, there are 8 men in the fight for the 3 remaining spots to get into the finals of the men's superstars, and the $7,500 bonus money still on the line. Kyle Rote Jr., he's all right. He's got it locked for #1 position. But everything else is still available, and 8 men are struggling for it. And O.J. Simpson, Well, he's trained on it, he's run on it, competed on it, and Juice wears a real pain in this thing.
Well, that depends on who you are. You know, if you're Bill Toomey, it could be that wall back there. If you're Larry, it could be this water pit. But I think the key to running it, first of all, is getting over that wall. Once you get behind, it's tough making up time. And when you're running through those tires, a lot of guys are trying to make up time and they fall over the tires. By the time you get to this water pit, generally most of the spring is going out of your legs, and it's just a matter of keeping your body under control. And the guys who can keep their body under control at that point is the guys who are going to win it. But the key is getting over that wall first, or getting over that wall pretty close.
All right, let's see what happens. Mike Hargrove has already run. He ran a solo, and he had a 29.43 second run. That's the time to beat. Now here's Steve Garvey and Jimmy Wynn. Steve Garvey coming into this 10th and final event. He's got to beat the time of Hargrove in order to qualify for the finals. Jimmy Wynn with a big lead over Steve. Steve having his problems. Jimmy having a good run, but he has no chance to get into the finals. And Garvey knocks down the high jump bar. That'll cost him a 5-second penalty. And he picks up a total of 10 seconds in penalties as we check back and see 2 red flags. He got one of them right there and got the other one up here on the high bar. And here's O.J. with Jimmy Wynn.
What's the most memorable thing for you here?
Meeting you, my idol.
I like that interview, yeah.
That's pretty easy, Juice. All right, we look now at Marvin Shoulders. Marvin Paul Shoulders out of Henrietta, Oklahoma, coming up on his 25th birthday, specializes in bull riding, and here you see him trying to do something no other cowboy had ever done, ride successfully 10 consecutive bulls, and he just missed on this one. And right now, Marvin Shoulders on the left gets ready to run the obstacle course here in Rotunda in the Superstars competition with Rick White. Now, Rick White could make the finals if he could win this event, and he gets over that wall very well. Coming through the tunnel onto the bucking sled now, and the bucking sled, something neither one of these fellas has seen a whole lot of, I don't think. Working their way through the tires now, over the water jump, they're all right. Shoulders with a go. Rick White knocked down the high jump bar. That's a 5-second penalty, and that will do him in as Marvin Shoulders has a 32.5 run, including the 5-second penalty, and Rick White 32.70. Rick White, the professional high diver, a surprisingly good all-around athlete. Waiting for him at the finish line is O.J.
Rick, you're in the sport you compete in, it's pretty much like Marvin's. You don't really have competition. The competition is your own courage. What do you think of this kind of competition?
Well, it's great. It gives you an opportunity to meet all the different athletes from the different sports. And I think that's great alone in itself, because there are friendships that have been made here that I think is lifetime. And just meeting the athletes, that's great.
Okay, good luck. Don't jump in too many shallow pools.
Okay. Rick White and Steve Garvey are now both gone from a chance of qualifying for the finals. This is Hugo Nindl on the right and Paul Blair on the left. And Hugo Nindl comes in here with 23 points. He's looking for a chunk of bonus money. Paul Blair coming in with 17 points. Well, he has a chance himself. Paul's got a pretty fair run going right now. Gets in trouble on the tires. That probably will get a red flag in the air on him. Nindl, in the meantime, has a good run going. And Nindl comes to the tape. Over the hurdle, and hits the tape. Nindl, 27.95 and no penalty points. Paul Blair, 5 seconds in penalties, 33.44 for him. So Mike Hargrove is still hanging on, looking at that number 4 spot with a chance to qualify. The best run we've had in the obstacle course so far, 27.89 by Jimmy Wynn. Now it is Rollie Fingers and Lou Brock. Look out for Brock, he's quick. Lou's over the wall very well. He's already in the tunnel. Rollie had a little trouble on the wall. Lou Brock needs points in this event in order to get into the finals, hoping perhaps to get a piece of bonus money, and Lou's moving it out all right. He's over the bar in good shape. Rollie Fingers losing his balance. He collapses on the high bar, and Lou Brock comes on 29.05. 29.05. That's a very good time, and it's just a bit better than Mike Hargrove. Here again's O.J.
Rollie! Now, that shows you have a lot of athletic ability.
Oh, man, I left it on the bike track. Carl Yastrzemski on the right, Bobby Murcer on the left, and Mike Hargrove is still sitting on that bubble. Yastrzemski could eliminate him from the finals if he has a good run. Bit slow on the wall. Bobby Murcer with no chance to buff Hargrove, but Carl Yastrzemski could. They're going to get a red flag. Yes, we've got a red flag on the tires. And he knocks down the high jump bar as well. So Carl Yastrzemski has absorbed 10 seconds of penalty, and that's going to take him out of any chance for the final. So the runoff in the obstacle course will be between Hugo Nindl and Jimmy Wynn. And the top 4 qualifiers for the finals are Kyle Rote, Hugo Nindl, Lou Brock, and Mike Hargrove. And here's O.J. with a man who missed by 1 point.
Yes, you went into the final event with a good shot of taking second place overall in the competition. You didn't get any points, and it knocked you completely out of the box. It has to be disappointing.
Well, it was. I haven't had a chance to practice it. This is my first time at it. But the whole objective here is not coming down to win. For me, it was training and preparation for the baseball season. A month ago, I weighed 198 pounds. Right now, I weigh 176. I can concentrate on baseball. Good luck to Kyle, Seagram. They trained for it. They've reached an excellent in this thing. They reached the highest thing they can reach, and that's the way it should be.
Well, you picked up a couple of dollars anyway, and it was fun seeing you.
Thanks a lot, O.J.
Hey, have a good day.
Enjoy it.
Here we go with the final action of the day. The runoff in the obstacle course. Hugo Nindl on the right in the blue shirt. Jimmy Wynn on the left in the gold shirt. First place is worth $1,000. Second place is worth $700. And Hugo Nindl gets up and over that wall in a hurry. And you know something? That Austrian skier handles that bucket sled pretty well, too. Now they're both in the tires. Very close. Nindl gets the big lead at the high jump bar, and Hugo Nindl comes on to win it with a fine time of 26.13 seconds, gets $1,000. Jimmy Wynn second for $700, and here are the results in the obstacle course. Nindl followed by Wynn, Lou Brock, Mike Hargrove, and Marvin Shoulders. And here is Mary Lynn Rote. $15,075, and somebody from Texas said a while ago they ought to give you 75 cents so your pockets would jingle when you walk away from Rotunda.
75 cents. Can I have that to go to the store?
Yes.
Okay.
What Keith is not telling us is that the government has half of that, but that's okay.
God, congratulations. You were solid and steady, and apparently you have decided now where your specialties lie and groomed yourself for them.
Well, I hope so, Keith. Really, you know, this competition was very, very difficult for me. Tennis, I thought, was going to be much easier, and Carl Yastrzemski played me in a very tough match. I'm happy to be in the finals, but I took up things like weightlifting so that I would know what I can do. And as you well know, I'm not going to run the 100-yard dash if O.J. makes the finals, but I might weightlift. And so I wanted to try some other events, and hopefully this will help me in the finals.
Has he remained tolerable now that he started to make all this money down here, or is he getting kind of stuffy? You have to hit him with a corn or some broom or something?
Sometimes he's a little cocky, but generally speaking, he's pretty good.
Congratulations to both of you. I know it's a team effort.